Welcome to GwinnettPrepSports.com. Todd Klein and Will Hammock here talking football, Will, and we're talking state championship football this week as three Gwinnett teams vie for state titles. I'm going to ask you to break down each one of the games, starting off with GAC playing Benedictine.
Yeah, I really like GAC in this one. I think they're playing an opponent they know, and I think this is a team that's built a lot of confidence throughout the season. They played a very tough non-region schedule, played some tough opponents even in region, and I think that's the difference in this GAC team and some past teams. They are battle tested against tough teams. I think that showed in the playoffs. They've been able to win games in a variety of different ways. They were down at halftime and won, had to kick a field goal at the end to win this past one, drive down the field and get a game-winning field goal. So I think they have the mental toughness it takes at this point, and I look for them to finish off with a championship.
And while GAC is trying to win its state title, Buford's trying to add to its trophy case, playing a St. Pius team that has some coaches that people in Gwinnett are familiar with, including Buford.
Yeah, I think St. Pius can keep this game close, unlike most or a lot of opponents that Buford just overwhelms. I think St. Pius matches up pretty well because they know Buford so well. They played them obviously fairly recently, so they know what they're dealing with. And if St. Pius can play some good defense, I think they can make this a close, low-scoring game. But I think in the end, Buford just has a little bit too much talent and pulls off a close win.
And then finally, in the Class 6A state championship game, we have Archer making its first ever appearance against perennial power Colquitt County. Battle of two very good offenses. Might come down to whose defense plays best. How do you see this one?
Yeah, I think if Archer's going to come in as a very big underdog, I think to most in the state, Colquitt's been the favorite since the beginning of the season. Archer's kind of a surprise team to get there. They've been building up a nice program over there, but not a lot of people around the state really heard of Archer until this season. But I think they've kind of changed that throughout the playoffs with some dominating efforts. It's going to be much different. It's a much tougher game. Their toughest game of the playoffs by far this week. I think if Archer can not turn the ball over on offense, I think they have a good chance to pull the upset. And I think their defense is playing pretty well right now. So I like the Tigers to pull off that shocking upset.
Well, that's all the time we have for this week. Please check us out next week for more talking football at GwinnettPrepSports.com.